Olá pessoal, aqui é o The Rock novamente e quero dizer que Amber Heard está sendo investigada na Austrália por perjúrio. Então você pode entender mais aqui neste vídeo que eu vou deixar para você. E não deixe de deixar o seu like, se inscrever no canal e é isso aí. E isso me ajuda muito. Então está aí o vídeo, é só assistir. Vamos lá.
We're starting this hour with some news about a perjury investigation involving Amber Heard in Australia. Now, this all dates back to 2015 when Heard illegally brought her two teacup Yorkies that she shared with Johnny Depp, their names were Pistol and Boo, into the country. And this has been bandied about on the internet quite a bit. The dogs were brought into the country and were not quarantined properly as they should have been. And there are some emails floating around out there where Amber Heard was actually asking her assistant and some other people, hey, can we find a vet we can grease to, fudge some paperwork? So this was a big deal when it happened in Australia because Australia has some very, very serious rules about bringing animals into the country and the length of time they'd have to be quarantined. So this all happened back in March of 2015 when Johnny Depp was filming Pirates of the Caribbean 5 in Australia. And it's the same time of that whole Australia incident we heard so much about where Johnny Depp's finger, at least part of it, was cut off. So the Australian authorities, I've got the email right here, I've actually reached out to them several times, 3 times in the last 4 weeks or so. And I did so yesterday as well, and to get some news about this because it keeps cropping up and keeps popping up. And they would only say for the 3rd time now that they are indeed investigating allegations of perjury against Amber Heard, but that they cannot make any further comment because the investigation is ongoing, and it's been ongoing for some time. Let's take a look at a video that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard released back in 2016, and this is where they actually apologized to the country of Australia for bringing in Pistol and Boo illegally.
Australia is a wonderful island with a treasure trove of unique plants, animals, and people.
That has to be protected.
Australia is free of many pests and diseases that are commonplace around the world. That is why Australia has to have such strong biosecurity laws.
And Australians are just as unique, both warm and direct. When you disrespect Australian law, they will tell you firmly.
I am truly sorry that Pistol and Boo were not declared. Protecting Australia is important.
Declare everything when you enter Australia.
So this has been discussed publicly quite a bit. It's very interesting. There was a clip, we're going to show it to you right now. This is from late last year, and this is from the Senate Rural and Regional Affairs and Transport Legislation Committee. And they were discussing and being questioned about why in the world this investigation is taking so long.
What is there to hide, and why is it taking so long? That's all I want to know. In fact, do I need to have a Senate inquiry on it?
Senator, there's nothing to hide. It is an active investigation.
Senator,
I know it's a damn active investigation.
On this one,
it's going to take 12 months. How can it take 12 months? We know the evidence that was there. In they came, the celebrities thought that they're above Australia's biosecurity laws. And we know Barnaby Joyce, or Minister Joyce, had his little meltdown, and good on him. Okay, whatever. No, this is cut and dried. What's taking so long?
Well, Senator, it's only cut and dried if we can get a conviction, and we can only get a conviction if we work with our partners at the AFP and the Director of Public Prosecutions and with international partners. As much as we might like to pursue this matter, we have to go in the queue behind all the other matters that those organisations are dealing with and that our international partners are dealing with. But I think you can take it as read that, as Mr Timpson's outlined, we're pursuing the matter and we don't intend to go away on it. We will continue to pursue it.
And really the key here is that there was testimony in the UK trial back in 2020 from a House manager named Kevin Murphy, and his testimony completely contradicted Amber Heard's account of how this whole thing happened. And Kate James, we heard from her during the 2022 trial in Virginia. We heard from her, and she had released some documents stating how upset she was because Amber Heard apparently blamed her for this whole thing. So she was incredibly upset by that. So joining us this hour is Catherine Lizardo, a plaintiff's attorney out of Texas. Still with us is Dr. John Delatorre, a psychologist. Catherine, thanks for being with us. And I want to start with you on this. What do you make of this, especially the fact that, you know, the Australian authorities, they are not happy. You see they're upset, right? And this whole thing developed because of Kevin Murphy's testimony and Kate James's testimony in the UK trial that they're totally disputing, and there's evidence to dispute what Amber Heard contends. So they're saying we have to wait in the queue. That's the line behind everybody else. What do you think? I mean, we've got the Australian authorities telling me as recently as last night it's still being investigated.
Yes, what I think is they are proceeding with the investigation, and that they probably waited for the trial that we had recently to finish so that they can use some of those evidence as well. Of course, I'm just speculating here, but like what that senator said, what is taking so long? And when international partners he mentioned are concerned, those take time because Amber Heard is here in the United States, so she's probably not going to visit Australia anytime soon with that perjury investigation and charges. But what's interesting is now there are two trials where the Australian government can use the testimonies from several witnesses and also assess Amber Heard's credibility. And as we all know, here in the 2022 trial, her credibility was significantly damaged.
It most certainly was, if not obliterated. I mean, the jury didn't believe her. They awarded Johnny Depp damages on every claim, or they found in his favor on every claim.